in the Plex with a look at the first forecast. Good morning, Erica.
Hey, Ethan, Lorena, some big changes headed our way, and we're going to feel the differences throughout the day today. First and foremost, we are warmer this morning than yesterday morning, and we are just as humid. Today, we'll see showers and maybe even an isolated storm ahead of a front that's going to bring a few cooler mornings for South Florida. Here's a check on temperatures. You'll notice a big difference between Pensacola and Tallahassee, where temperatures are in the mid-50s, compared to Jacksonville, but especially into Gainesville, low 70s there right now. That's where we find the front separating two very different air masses, cooler and drier already across the Florida panhandle. For areas in Central Florida, 70 in Orlando, 72 in Tampa, similar to what we're experiencing here in South Florida, 72 as well in Fort Lauderdale, 73 Miami, 75 in Marathon, and 77 in Key West. We have winds increasing in speed for the Florida Keys, 5 to 15 miles per hour. And for Miami-Dade and Broward, we're still between 5 to 10 miles per hour, but winds will be increasing as the morning goes on. We are dry. You'll notice just a few specks, some isolated showers, and we'll keep that chance in the forecast this morning. Otherwise, it's this afternoon where you're going to need that rain gear. Scattered showers push through, maybe an isolated storm, and that's going to linger into the early evening as a front slides through. A closer look at that front and what we can expect behind it, that's coming up in just a few minutes.
Now, 7 weather with meteorologist Erika Delgado.
All right, South Florida, we are warm and humid this morning. Temperatures are already in the 70s, 74 in Pembroke Pines, 73 in Miami and in Pompano Beach, 72 in Fort Lauderdale, already 77 in Key West. We have a wind that's mostly out of the south. It's already beginning to turn out of the southwest for the Florida Keys and already building as high as 14 miles per hour. I say already building because we'll notice those wind speeds increasing through the morning, and we will be very windy as the day goes on. Taking a look, though, later today, we'll also be watching a line of showers and maybe even an isolated storm or two that approaches South Florida. We're already seeing that line approaching areas like Tampa Bay. For us here, we have seen a few specks, some spotty showers, none that have pushed through our metro areas, but we will have that chance higher heading into the afternoon. And there's that line of showers and storms, a lot of lightning sitting offshore. That will be moving into the Tampa Bay area through the remainder of the morning as that line continues to drift towards the south. And that line is associated with a front that's going to bring some changes. So by late afternoon, early evening, we'll see that broken line of showers approaching South Florida, maybe even some isolated storms. Front comes through, wipes away the warmth that we dealt with over the weekend. It wipes away all the moisture. So Tuesday into Wednesday, we are looking sunny. We are looking dry with cool mornings and very pleasant afternoons, and that sticks around through the day on Wednesday. And then as we work our way through the second half of the work week, our wind pattern begins to veer out of the southeast and eventually out of the south once again. So we go back to that warming, and we'll be back into the 80s by the end of the week. Your boating forecast for Miami-Dade and Broward also brings some changes with deteriorating marine conditions as the day goes on. We have a small craft advisory for Miami-Dade and Broward waters beginning at 8 o'clock this morning, and then a gale watch will take over that small craft advisory beginning at 2 p.m. as winds pick up in speeds sustained 15 to 25 knots, gusts more than 30 at times, Biscayne Bay remaining choppy. Now for the Florida Keys, coastal waters will become rough. We have a small craft advisory that will begin later today as well, and we just had our high tide in Miami and in Fort Lauderdale. Key West, your high tide will be coming up next at 9:17 this morning. So we are warm and windy today. Broken line of showers comes through, bringing that chance afternoon into this evening. Maybe the possibility of an isolated storm. Highs warm, not as warm as yesterday, but warm enough, mid to lower 80s. And then finally tonight we clear, we cool, 50s for Miami-Dade and Broward, mid to low 60s for the Florida Keys. We'll have another morning on Wednesday in the 50s, and then we gradually warm through the rest of the week. That's your 7 on 7.